What's going on there, crew? Let me know if you can see me. Let me know if you can hear me. Happy Thursday. What's up, Chris? What's up, Dale? What's up, Todd? How are you? What's up, Nicole? What's up, Karen? Our children matter. What's going on, Dawn? What's up, Amy? What's up, Eric and Heather? How you guys doing today? Let's get the Instagram crew in the house. Joy, what's going on? All right, we got to get to work. Here's what we got today. We're going to make two things. We're going to use the Cricut Explorer Air, like I told you guys we were going to do today. So on Monday, we used the Cameo to make a couple decals. Today, we're going to use the Cricut Explorer Air 2 to make a couple tumblers. And we're going to do a tumbler that has two colors of adhesive vinyl. And then we're going to do another one where we can do rhinestone. So we're going to roll through all of it. But we got to get it done somewhat quick because at 1:30 we have the Hall of Fame membership Q&A today. So all of you Hall of Fame members, you guys get a half-hour bathroom snack, whatever you need break. I get a lunch break, and then we go at it for a Q&A, so make sure to bring your questions to that. All right? All right, let's get it. So, like I said, we're going to be working in Design Space today. Real quickly, all of you guys here, let me know what vinyl cutter you currently use. I always like to get an idea of what we got in here. If you want to see exactly what we're doing today, if you want to see how to do it, okay? If you want to see how to do it on the Cameo, just go to Monday's Live, okay? And then if you want to see how to do it on the Cricut, you stay on today's Live. And if you want to see how to do it on the GraphTech, basically any other live, right? I have a ton of videos on the GraphTech already, but I get a ton of requests, especially on TikTok and Instagram and whatnot. And by the way, we are also going to do a few giveaways on Instagram today as well. So I'm making two tumblers. I'm showing one, but there's two ones. So math class 1 + 1 is 2. Because if I went like that, you would think I'm making 4 tumblers.
Apologies. I couldn't hear what you said.
And I guess I'm making a tumbler for Siri as well, because Siri's in my head right now. Shh. All right. So I'm going to pick one tumbler giveaway on Instagram, and I'm going to pick one tumbler giveaway on YouTube. Got it? All right, let's go. So we're going to go to Cricut Design Space first. I'm going to do a adhesive tumbler, and then I'm also going to do a heat transfer vinyl tumbler where I do cut the magic flock, I do rhinestones, I do HTV anything, and all of that. Got it? All right, let's get it. So let me flip you guys around real quick so you can see my screen here. We got design, we got space open. I call it space a lot because it's just kind of a software that takes up space on your computer. But you kind of need it to be able to send your design over to the Cricut. I always recommend getting Silhouette Studio Business Edition. You have more designing capabilities in Silhouette Studio Business Edition. Export the SVG file, and then you can bring it into Design Space to send it to your Cricut machine. So anybody that's looking for an affordable way to get a little bit better software, that's the best way, affordable way to do it. Now, if you want the best software around, obviously, you got the Wizard and CorelDRAW, right? So, who is and what is, and I don't know where I'm going to pick this first one. I'm going to pick the first one on YouTube. YouTube, let's go. YouTube, give me a name. And I am going to pick, I'm going to give you two options of colors. Okay? So, give me a name here, and then I will find, once I pick the name, scroll through and pick a random name, then we will find out which color combination you want. And that way you can kind of decide with each one what's your favorite color. And oh, I forgot to tell you, by the way, and I'll show you when we get over here. I talked to Save a Cup. I got them to reactivate the Save a Cup coupon code because today I'm going to be using the 18-ounce skinny tumblers. So I got them to reactivate the coupon code, and it will go through tomorrow, Friday at midnight. So thanks Save a Cup for that. They hooked it up. All right, I got random names scrolling through here, and we just ran across a Monica, Gabriel Garcia is the YouTube name, and I'm going to write that down so I know who won. Monica, M-O-N-I-C-A, I'm assuming, yes, and Gabriel Garcia. Gotcha. All right, Gabriel or Monica or whoever it is that's on here, I'm going to give you two color combinations to choose from. I'm going to give you this or this. So, your color combinations are either dragon fruit, color changing, pink to purple, cold activated with white reflective, Color Spark white reflective adhesive vinyl. So it'll have the white background with pink. When the ice is in there, the pink will turn to purple, and then at night the reflective will basically glow. So two unique materials here. Dragon fruit color changing and white reflective is option 1. Option 2 is going to be matte black with paradise opal. Matte black with paradise opal or reflective with color changing. Let me know which. Oh, I came up with an idea today. I'm not going to share it with you guys yet because I'm going to make a video on it later. But it's going to be pretty cool. That was such a bad tease right there. But I just thought of it as I walked over there. But I can't. I want it to be a surprise, so I'm not telling you. So we'll see. It's nothing to do with the sale or anything. It's a new thing I thought of to make that I think is going to be pretty cool. All right. Gabriel. Did we pick yet? Gabriel picked dragon fruit with white reflective. You got it. All right, let's go. Let's get this thing created. So I'm going to come over to my new... Now, real quick, I do want to get an idea of everybody here. Is anybody still having issues with the offset feature in Design Space? I've honestly never had an issue with it, but I know a lot of people say the offset feature still doesn't work for them. So what I'll do is the first tumbler I make here today, I will use the offset feature because it's super easy. And then on the second one, I'll use our shadow font to where if your offset feature isn't working still, but it's also going to have the rhinestone, so you need that anyway. And I'll do that with the rhinestone multi-deck one we're going to do. All right, so let's get it. I got text, and I'm going to go Monica. Now, for this one, I am going to use our, who can guess? Come on. Who can guess what font I'm using? The very first person I see type what font I'm using on Instagram wins a mini pack. First person I see. What font am I going to use for this tumbler? On Instagram. I told you, Instagram's going to get some love today too. So, I'm writing down right now, someone's winning a mini pack. And I need the font name. Okay, I need the font name. Font name. Nope. I see a lot of people saying shadow. Nope. Arial. Nope. Shadow. Nope. You don't have to say the TRW font part of the font name, but I need YouTube. You're not counting right now, okay? I need the 2 words. The 2 words. What is it? It's been said on YouTube. Oh, Forever Valentines. Forever Valentines. I'm gonna take a screenshot. Forever Valentines. Superscript. First one to say it on Instagram. So, Forever Valentines. Mini pack. Winner of choice. Oh, we're getting just random giveaways today. Told you Instagram, you guys are going to get some love today. So, Forever Valentine's, first one on Instagram to say superscript. So here we go. So I am coming up here. I'm going to type in TRW superscript, and I am going to use my superscript right here. Now, when it comes to this superscript, what do I want to do with it? Okay. I honestly like the layout of this right here. I think this looks great. The M looks great. Everything looks great with this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to right click on it and I'm going to weld it together. Okay? So I didn't have to adjust anything on this, and this is technically cut ready right now. Now I'm going to come back to my offset feature, and I honestly want my reflective to be kind of big and bold here. Okay? So right now it's at 0.25. I'm going to go maybe even a little bit bigger. I'm going to go to 0.3. I think that looks good there. And then here's the biggest thing. I clicked off of it right now because I need to get this down to the size. My overall size of this design, I want it to be probably about 5 inches to 5 1/4 inches. So back to my offset. And that 0.25 actually looks pretty good right now. I might even go a tiny bit smaller. Let's see what 0.22 looks. That looks good to me, so I'm going to hit apply. And then I'm just going to change the front color. The color here, as you guys know, means nothing, right? So I have purple and black. But again, we're going to make it pink with white reflective. What do I got size-wise? Because remember, I added that offset, which made my design bigger. Now my design is close to 5.4 inches. So I'm going to shrink this down a little bit, but I'm going to grab one of our tumblers here, and I'm going to give Gabriel the option to pick the cutter, but this is the 18-ounce tumbler, so this one's a little bit bigger than the ones that we normally do, and I have 8 inches to work with here, so I think we're going to go to at 5.5 inches. So 5.5 inches gets us to about 2 inches tall on the font, which I think that's going to look pretty nice, okay? That's going to look pretty good. Now, next thing I need to do, and have you guys all seen, let me flip around here for you. You know what, I'll show you when we pick the tumbler. These tumblers are super cool because they can use the straw or the way where they put the actual kind of hole for the straw. You can use it just to drink out of as well. These are the 18-ounce ones. 10% coupon code. Oh, and my 10% coupon code from Monday is reactivated again as well. Come to live, you get hooked up. All right, so we got Monica here, all right? I'm going to just cut them both on separate ones. So I'm going to come over, we have our Explorer selected here. I'm going to hit Make It. What's up, Debbie? How are you? Better late than never? Of course, always better late than never. I mean, anytime you're here is better than never, right? Come on. All right, so I got Monica. I got that dropped in the top left corner there. I'm going to go ahead and hit Continue. And I will bring you into the cut settings as well so I can show you what the actual cut settings are. Instead of just clicking on Color Spark, Color Change Adhesive Vinyl, because you don't really know what my settings are. So as I've mentioned to you guys before, I never use, even on the Explorer Air 2, and I want your guys' feedback right now as well. You guys on Instagram too, okay? I want your feedback as well. How many of you use the dial setting, and how many of you use your own material settings? The next Hall of Fame is at 1:30 today, Kim. I put it in in the comments or in the community tab. Did you guys not get the memo on it? Or make sure your notifications are turned on. So instead of just clicking on this and going directly to it, I want to show you what settings I'm using, okay? That way you guys actually know. So Color Spark Color Change Adhesive Vinyl. I'm going to go to Material Settings at the bottom there. And it is right here. So I'm using a setting, okay, of 225 for my cut pressure. Multi-cut is off and fine point blade. Everybody with me? 225, if you need to write it down, 225, multi-cut off, fine point blade. And I named it, and that's what's nice about having something and using your own, is you can name it whatever you want, right? So I'm going to click on Color Spark Color Changing Adhesive Vinyl. We're going to cut the dragon fruit first, which is the pink. My pressure I'm going to keep as default, okay? I could, and we'll be using this later, sometimes I go to more, and that's what I do with the Magic Flock. All right? Some of you didn't even know. Oh, awesome. Didn't get the notifications. Dang it. Okay, well, hopefully everybody here, you guys see it. Dang it, I'll have to see why. Because a few people messaged me and said they got it. So I wonder if something changed on it. All right. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to bring you guys over to our production view here. Instagram. Let me bring you guys over here as well. Oh, I got the heat press on already. I think it's getting hot. I'm going to turn the heat press off for right now, just to save it being too hot in here. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple tricks here. Oh, let me get the questions on here as well. The Hall of Fame is today at 1:30, or at least the first one for this week is. So we're not using the Paradise. Just to let you guys know, the Paradise and the matte black adhesive vinyl looks amazing together. All right. So we are going with these two. Now, how many of you, first off, how many of you here have never seen the dragon fruit or any of our, I think, 18 colors now of our color changing adhesive vinyl? Yes, everybody check the community tab if you're a Hall of Fame member, and you'll see the link right there. How many have never seen this? A lot of you haven't. A lot of you on Instagram never have. Let's go. So check this out, and I'll show you the actual change. I'll show you the actual change once we finish making it, but check this out. Kim Johnson in the house. What's up, Kim? All right, check it out. So when that cold hits it, it turns to a nice purple like that right there. See, Linda got the notification. See, some people did, some didn't. I'll have to see why that happened. And then, once it isn't as cold, or you start drinking some of the drink, then it'll change back to the pink. So, real quickly, let me show you a little trick. I made a TikTok on it last week. We put it on Instagram as well. A little trick I like to use. So, especially when you're using opal, especially when you're using opal adhesive vinyl. I know my table's all wet, isn't it? If you're using a cutting mat, which everything always cuts better with a cutting mat, okay? If you use opal and you keep it on the roll like I always talk about, and then the opal actually sticks to the stickiness on your mat, what will happen sometimes is some residue will get left on your adhesive vinyl. Okay? And you don't want that, because even though it might not affect this decal that you're making right now, it's going to affect a future decal as you get to that material, and your customer's going to see it, or you're going to have to wipe it and clean it off. So a little trick for that I like to use, I always keep my my cutting mat cover sheet, right? And then I know that this design is not that big, So what I'll do, I can see my measurements. I know that the design's about a little over 2 inches. So I'm going to put this mat down to about 2.5 inches, my cover sheet. So this part is not sticky, this part is. But it's only 2.5 inches of it, right? So then what I'm able to do is come up here, apply my material. Now I didn't have to cut off any material, right? I'm only basically going to use that kind of 2.5 inches in that area, and then I can feed this in. Now, none of my adhesive vinyl is going to get affected here with any type of residue from the stickiness on my mat. It's pretty awesome, okay? So, we're good with that. I'm going to come over here real quick, just check my cut setting one more time. So, I actually am cutting the black right now. So, I'm going to go back one, and I want to cut the purple, which isn't really purple, so I'm going to go continue. And adhesive vinyl, and then we're good. So let's reload it in. So any of these color changing vinyls are a little bit thicker material, okay? So it's different than your regular adhesive vinyl, which is a much thinner material. So I'm just going to hit my little Cricut guy there to start this cut, and let me see some questions that come through. What's up, Melissa Finest? How are you? What's up, B4 on Instagram? Altered Elegance, awesome. What's up, Bratty Queen? Give great tips and tricks that have helped me a lot. Awesome, Jacqueline. Thanks for watching. That's when we do on our end. I wonder if there's something glitched when I change the settings and make the comments. Yeah, that's weird. I'm going to look, Dawn. I'm going to look into it and see. And what I'll start doing, Dawn, is in our daily emails, we'll start putting in, like, as they're scheduled. Like, if I scheduled this, I want to say like yesterday, early afternoon to morning, but we'll put it in that email and then the email the day of as well to try and help you guys. So let's go ahead and shoot this out here. Now, with this here, here's what I want to do. I didn't put a weed box around this, so if I don't do a weed box, what I'll normally do is just grab an X-Acto knife, and I'll X-Acto knife, boom, and boom, and then pick tool. With the X-Acto knife, you just obviously want to make sure you don't cut through way too much, because you don't want to cut directly through all of the material, but weeding this, even cutting with something like the Cricut, freaking, it's like butter. Gotta get my trash can over here. How easy was that? And the key is obviously knowing your material, knowing your cut settings. Now, what's really nice about this, remember how this was going to stick to it and leave residue? Well, what I can do now is I just grab this, and then I can just roll this off, and I'm ready for my next cut. And I can just keep this part on here, and there's my Monica part of the design. All right, so we'll come back and we'll get that in just a minute. Next one we got to cut is the reflective adhesive vinyl. So I have a big old freaking roll, like the cardboard roll on this one, right? So I'm going to do the same thing. Drop this here. I'll give you a hint about my little tease earlier. It has something to do with the stuff I'm doing right now. That's the only hint you're getting, damn it. So sometimes with this roll, and this has happened before, this roll can fall all the way off my table here, then it falls on the ground, then it yanks it. So just depending on your workspace and how much space you have, okay, just be careful with that. Sometimes what I'll do is, and let me see if I have my tape around here anywhere. If you get something kind of heavy, like I'll put my heat tape right there, and that'll just block my, because I know my mat is as far back as it'll go anyway, okay? But that will allow this to not roll or move or anything and fall off the edge of my table. Matt, last email I got was August 15th. What's today? What is today? Damn it. August 19th, right? Huh. That's weird, Eric. That's really weird. All right. So, I need to go change my cut, what I'm cutting. So, coming over here, and this time I'm going to cut the black. I'm going to use the same stuff. It already switched for me. But I want to go and just make sure. I always like to just make sure, so pop that out real quick, but that I'm on the right setting, that I have the right settings selected. I know normally with the Cricut it kind of moves on to the next cut, but sometimes when you have 2 or 3 or 4 cuts, you're not sure exactly which one's going to. So again, I have it selected on the black part of the design now. I'm going to choose that same Color Spark adhesive vinyl setting, which was 225. Okay, so my cut force for this one is going to be 225, the exact same setting. And let's hit my little Cricut guy. As that's cutting there, I'm going to trim this. There's my Monica part of the dragon fruit. I'm going to get some app tape ready. Got my big roll of app tape here. Done with this. Not going to fall off now. Bring this back. Close this down. Again, since I didn't put a box around it, I'm just going to trim with my X-Acto here. And then again, a perfect freaking weed. So, again, rolling this off. Oh, there goes my scissors. Roll this up. Always put your cutting mat, when you're not using it, always put the cover completely on. Because if this guy fell on the ground right now, I'm telling you right now, if this fell on the ground, I would have 2 brand new dogs. I would have a full Wrigley and a full bling of hair on here. So I always like to put that cover back on so when it does fall on the ground, I don't have dog hair all over it. All right, let's go here. I'm going to trim this a little bit bigger, just because I know I'm layering it. I'm done with my Reflect adhesive vinyl. I leave it on the roll, Cheryl, and here's the reason why, just to let you guys know. The reason why I leave it on the roll is normally if you trim it off, okay, and you want to make sure it's big enough for your piece that you're cutting, correct? So I guarantee pretty much everyone here, including me, would have cut a much bigger piece than this, just to be safe, to make sure you didn't miss any of the cut or it cut off the edge of it. Does everybody agree with me on that? Where when you cut it directly on the roll like this, now you see where it cut and you only have to trim off, and you can never mess up your cut or your cut go off of the edge. So that's why I always like to leave it on the roll. Over time, I mean, it might only save you an inch or 2 of material on this cut, but you think about it, 100 cuts later, now it just saved you 100 inches of material. All right, so we're good with that. We're good with that. I'm getting a little bit of our app tape here. Trim that off. You guys all know what comes next, right? Hopefully, I just had some here. Does everybody here now? Everybody here use parchment paper for layering? Yes, the cut settings were 225. My cut force was 225, yes. So, parchment paper. If you're not using it yet, use it, okay? Here's the reason why you want to use it. You don't want to eyeball your designs, all right? So, I'm going to come here. I got my Monica part of the design. I'm going to grab my TRW squeegee here. Not all squeegees are created equal because not all have a ruler on top. And then I'm going to roll this off. Good to go with that. Now I'm going to put, and those of you guys who are wondering why parchment paper, right? I'm putting the parchment paper on top because here's what would normally happen, especially for somebody new. You're going to go like this. You're going to line this up, right? And you're going to be a little bit off and it's going to stick to it. And it's adhesive vinyl. You ain't getting that thing off. You might be able to, but it's probably a half-hour project to remove it and replace it. Because once it sticks there, right? Parchment paper, right? Drop this on here. And now I'm looking through the parchment paper. I can see through the parchment paper, which is nice. Getting this lined up, but see how I can still move it around? So, moving it around, getting it lined up to where I say that looks good or pretty good. Once I think it's pretty good, I'm going to squeegee down that right side right there. I'm going to lift this up. The decal does not stick to the parchment paper, so I pull that out. I come over here, I squeegee this down, and I have a perfect two-color design. Anybody here that doesn't do it that way? If you don't, you better start. It's going to save you time, and it's going to save you money. All right, so Gabriel, you get a pick from a few different new 18-ounce Save a Cup tumblers. I got 4 different ones here for you to pick from. I have the 18-ounce clear on clear. I have the 18-ounce, what do we call this? Is this leopard, cheetah? What do you got for me here? But it's black and kind of a roses gold with a chrome kind of rose gold top, which looks sweet. This is one of their new pattern tumblers. Then we have, this one's kind of a little foresty, flowers, look like some peacocks on it. And then we have more of just a floral with the gold metallic on top. We're going leopard. I like leopard. I would say leopard. So, Gabriel, which one? And that's why we did the white background, so it'll pop. So we got that guy. We got the clear. Boom. Kind of show you all of them. As long as we have that background, even with all of kind of the pattern back here, it's still going to pop. Didn't I say parrots? I said peacock. Did I say peacock? Gabriel says leopard. All right. Peacock, parrot, they both start with P. Come on. All right, let's get this. If they start with the same letter, it's the same thing, damn it. All right, so when I'm putting this onto the tumbler as well, okay, this baby right here, with the vinyl shield, use parchment paper as well. Apply the vinyl, do the vinyl shield before you get to the tumbler or the cup. So, when applying this, again, I'm going to roll this off. I'm going to put this half on my parchment paper here. And now I can move it around. I say, you know what, that looks pretty good right there. I'm good with pretty good. Let's drop this down. And now I'm going to pull this off, and then I can kind of work this down to make sure I don't get any bubbles and to make this look good. Oh, beautiful. Now, just roll this up from the edge. And similar to hot fix tape, if you roll this off pretty good, you can reuse app tape. Okay? Now, the downfall is when you're using on the big rolls like this, you don't really have a carrier sheet to put it on. But if you're just making 4 or 5 of these cups at the same time, just keep this off to the side and you can reuse it. And now, there's our tumbler, right? And let me see. Hold on. Oh, damn it. I do this every time. Here, float up higher for me. Damn it. I always forget to take the little card out whenever I do this. All right. And you know what? Let's not do all of it. Just so you can see like half and half. Oh my goodness. There we go. That'll be good right there. So with these double wall tumblers, they will, because it is the double wall tumbler, okay, because it is the double wall tumbler, it will take probably about, I don't know, if I had to say maybe 3 or 4 minutes before it starts changing, because it has to get kind of that coldness through. Yes, did you guys see what I did there? Nobody saw that, right? I don't think anybody saw that. When you know when you're going to see it, what actually happened right there? Did anybody see what happened? I don't think anybody did. If you didn't, then we won't even worry about it. We won't even address it. If you did, then we might have to address it. But I need to, hold on. Which one? What do you got? Tell me. All right, let me go grab something real quick. All right, I know some of you saw it. As I was dumping that out, I'm not worried about the little spill on the table here. I'm worried about the spill on the ground, and I walk up there and bust my ass. However, if I did do that and it went viral, then it may be worth the fall. So if you can guarantee it go viral, I'll take the blunt of the fall to do that. All right. So we're going to let this guy here get kind of the coolness through it, and we are going to hop over here and start on this next one. Let's go. You guys didn't see it. No, you're just kidding. Not really. Clean up. No, you're right, Herm. I don't. Yes, cancel cut. Boom. Let's go back here. Let's cancel out there. And there we go. So, the first one we just picked on Instagram, This one I need to pick on YouTube, okay? Where are we at? YouTube, give me a name. Custom name on YouTube. Let's get it. Oh yeah, we're good. It's a safe, I need to put up one of those little wet floor signs. I do still have my little scooter, Johnny. Yes, I do. Make sure your TENS unit is working. All right, where are you at? YouTube. YouTube, let's go. I got. Dun, 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 dun. All right, scrolling through. Now it's such a delay. I ask, and then like a minute later, because everything's delayed, then they all start coming through. So they are starting to come through now, which is good. And I'm going to pick our winner. Let me roll through and find one. And I have a winner of... Okay, it just stopped. I'm trying to drag it over to the screen here, and it's not letting me. Come on. Let me bring it over. It's trying to. It's trying to. All right. There it is. All right. It's not letting me bring it over from my other screen. But we got... Whoop, there it is. Oh, I got it. Finally. And I always pronounce it wrong. I know I do. Is it Lisa? Is it Lisa is the question. Lisa Cage. Am I pronouncing it right? I'm looking in Lisa. Lisa. That's correct, right? Lisa, let me know. Tell me it's correct. Tell me I'm on fire today, because I'm so bad at names. Tell me I'm right. All right, so on this one, here's what we're going to do. No, I didn't. Instagram, where are you at? I need to pick from Instagram? All right, well, here's what we're going to do. It is Lisa. I said it right. Okay, here's the deal. I won't make them both live, but I'm going to make 2 tumblers. I'm going to make one for Lisa, and I'm picking from Instagram now. Let's go. Instagram. I'm picking a name on Instagram. Get your names on there. Let's get it. I told you I'm showing some Instagram love today. Let's go. I tried not to, didn't I? Glad you guys got my back. All right, so on Instagram, we got... Instagram, I got Rebecca. Tierra GVV. Rebecca. Let's go. Right? Was that right? Yep. All right. Instagram, we did it. Let's get it. So, font I'm using for this one is going to be, and I'm going to come over here. I need to go to my fonts, and I'm going to use my TRW Stone, and I'm going to turn the heat press back on so that can heat up again. Stone Shadow, and I'm going to, or Shadow Stone, I'm going to actually use my, I'm going to use the one that we did the other day because everybody was asking for the one that we used the other day and with the cameo, okay? So Stone 1 Shadow. Now, with that one, that's this one right here, okay? So what I'm going to do with this here is a couple different things. First thing I can do is I'm going to hit Control C and Control V. And then, Dawn, I'm going to do the other one after the live because I still have to get prepared for the Hall of Fame. And the Cricut just cuts so slow, so I'm going to knock it out in freaking 5 minutes on the GraphTech and the Wizard. So we got Rebecca here. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to choose Shadow 2. And then I'm going to Control C and Control V. And then Shadow 3. As you guys know, anytime I can't, I know I saw that, Heather. It's a Cricut thing. I have a message into them to see why. And that's why I'm going to show you here how I can just kind of manually move them around. All right? So first thing I can do is I'm going to get this Rebecca part here and change a little bit and show you how, depending on the font and the letters, how you can also mix up a few different things. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go Ungroup, zoom in here, and I'm going to look at this, and that E is kind of far away, so if I wanted to, I could technically come in there and work with that. So if I wanted to do something like that, see, if you click Ungroup, that's not going to do anything, right? But if I come in here with these circles right here and double click, again, that's still just an R right there. If I come up to edit, I can copy and paste. Obviously, I don't want to do an offset on this because that's just going to create an offset of the circles, which makes the circles bigger, right? So the biggest thing is just the ability to kind of move these around and say, okay, I want that to be there. I want this to be here. I want this E to be here. I want this C to be here. This C to be right here. And the A to be right here. And what I'll normally do is I'll drag it down to where I have a line to kind of go off of. See my line down here at the bottom? And then it makes it a little bit easier to kind of line everything up. And go with my C there, go with my C here, and then my A here. Now that I have that, right, I'm going to come in and I'm going to take this one and I'm going to right click and I'm going to ungroup. And I always like to change the colors of them just so I can see it a little bit easier. So I'm going to change this to a blue and I'm going to send it to the back. So I'm going to come up here to my R and just align that quick. Come over here to my E and I have that aligned. My B. And you can't do, sometimes you'll see me use the center tool. You can't use the center tool on this one because what will happen is it actually centers it and it moves these to the top. So they aren't going to align perfectly. Does that make sense? And then I can say, okay, do I want to move that over? No, I think that looks pretty good there. I'm going to go with my C here. I'm going to go with my C here. And then I'm going to go with my A right there. Now I'm going to take all of the blue over here on the right-hand side. I'm holding the Control key, right-click, and weld together. All right? Now that I have that welded together, and I'll send it to the back again just so you can see the rhinestones on top of it. Now remember, this isn't necessarily sized perfect for rhinestones yet, right? I got to make sure that I get this sizing correct still. So I'm going to bring all of these to the back. Now, again, this is a process that you do have to manipulate and move some things around. But the nice part about it is you wouldn't be able to do any of this stuff just in Design Space. It's okay if the edge of the rhinestone circle touches. Yes. Yes, on any of these, the rhinestones are going on top of the same color. Okay, so it's okay if the edge of the stones touch the edge because it's not going to be any issue. And you'll see as we make it, okay? It'll make sense then. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to click on each of these. I'm going to right click and I'm going to weld those together. and then send that to the back. Now I got to get it, and now this is where there's still a little bit of work. I need to get these to where they are the correct size. So, in Design Space, it's not the easiest thing to do when you're doing a multi-deck. If we were just doing rhinestones, it's honestly super simple, okay? So what I did is I welded the stones together. I'll come down here to my contour tool, and I'm going to hide all contours. Then I'll close this down, and it's only going to show one circle. Everybody see that? I'm going to come up here to the top. I'm going to change that to 0.135 inches and hit enter. That just made it to SS10 size. Okay? Now I'll go to contour again, show all contours, and click off of it. And now this is perfect sizing for SS10. So we could have, if we just wanted to do a quick little rhinestone text, we would have been done with this in 30 seconds, okay? A minute. But the issue is because we're doing all of this, now we need to come here and get this sized. And there's not just an easy little thing to click on for this, where don't change the rhinestone size. Remember, that's sized to where we want it. We need to change this. And all I'm doing is just adjusting the overall size of it, right? So I'm not doing anything crazy, but I need to say, okay, that looks like I'm still a little bit too big on the blue and the black. So again, I'm going to shrink that down a little bit. That looks good there, and then let me just move it over a tiny bit more. Boom. And maybe I need to make it go a little bit smaller. And real quick, because this can get frustrating if you don't know Design Space, I learned the hard way. When you're trying to click on these multiple layers, do it from the right-hand side over here by holding the Control key, because I need to click 2 layers, right? So if you do it by holding the Control key, it makes it way easier. Otherwise, you're going to keep running into where it clicks on the stones, clicks on the stones, clicks on the stones. Got it? All right, so now that we have this, we have our 3 cuts. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change this again to a different weird color. Doesn't matter what color it is. And let's zoom out. Let's get all of these up to the top up here. And let's find our cut. So I'm going to come over here to make it. Now, do I have to mirror any of these? You guys let me know. Do I have to mirror any of these when I'm going to cut them? Remember, I'm using a glitter heat transfer vinyl. So let me know. And we are going to go black on, and let me see if I have enough of them. I might. I didn't have many, but I know it's going to look sweet. Hold on. I'm going to go black tumbler, but I want to... Ooh, I do. I should have enough. I don't have a ton of them, but the opal stones on white glitter. So let me grab some white glitter here. Now, for my setting, first thing I need to cut is the Magic Flock template material. Okay, yes, I need to mirror the glitter heat transfer vinyl, correct. So, my first cut is going to be the Magic Flock. This is what I'm going to cut first. Now, what I do want to do, honestly, and I'm going to go back to show you how to do it. I'm going to hit cancel here real quick. I'm going to put a weed box around my Magic Flock template. So, the easiest way that I normally do this is I'll just grab a square, unlock it, and then size the square around this design. And then once you have it sized, highlight both of them and hit slice. And then once you hit slice, you'll get this. So there's my rhinestone template. Yes, I'm going to use the mirror. Yes, Eric, I'm going to do that this time too when I go to cut it. Yes, thank you. So let's go to make it, and that's why I'm not mirroring anything right now, because I know it's right over here on the left-hand side. So we're doing our rhinestone template first. It's in our top left corner there, and I'm going to go to continue. Now, my setting for the rhinestone template, I bump it all the way up. So I'm using my 45-degree blade, or just, what I'm using here is just the blade that comes with the Cricut. But then I'm going to go to more pressure. So I went full cut force with more pressure, but only a single cut, okay? Only a single cut still. So let's bring you guys over here to the machine. Let me get you guys over here, YouTube. Production view, boom. And let's grab our cutting mat. Now, because I'm just going to use an old piece of Magic Flock, I've literally probably 4 or 5 times grabbed this piece of Magic Flock and used it. I've even trimmed off other pieces. So look at, like, you can see hair and debris and stuff on the back of this right here, okay? So this isn't the best piece of Magic Flock, but I don't want to waste it. So what I'm going to do is I'm still going to just drop it on here and hope that it is still going to be sticky enough to hold those circles down on the cut. Anytime I can, I'm going to reuse material as much as I possibly can. So let's get this loaded in. And let's go to cut. Now I'm pretty sure I have it set there. I should have checked. I normally always like to double check my settings first, just in case I moved my custom settings to some other cut force. I think I still have it at 350, so we'll just keep it on here for right now. Let's see what our heat press is on. Heat press is on 315. We're looking good with that. And then as this is cutting, here's the downfall to the Cricut. As we're cutting here, those of you who are on YouTube, you'll see that my design space is at 39% right now. Which, unfortunately, unless someone knows a secret that I don't know, I can't come over here, and I'm going to try, and do too much more. Because, right, I'm basically, the software is kind of frozen as it's sending it to the cutter. Just leave my Magic Flock on the backing. It all depends. They brush in a lot easier on the workspace. Matt, look at what I started. I'll be down. Oh, purple Magic Flock. I always tell you guys that will be no chance. I'm honest with you, right? I mean, I'll take that back. I won't say no chance, but to reproduce and produce a whole new color and all of the stuff that goes into it, we would have to probably charge $100 a roll instead of $65 a roll. So if you're good, if the purple's that important to you, to where you would pay $100 a roll, then I will find a way to get it produced. You guys let me know. Is it worth $100 a roll? I have a feeling I'm going to see a lot of no's coming in here. Hold on, Instagram's got it first. No thanks. Blue is fine. All right, so as I'm pulling this up here, I always like to just kind of look and see different areas. So I can see kind of the debris on the back of this design here. But just be careful when you're pulling it up, and it missed one circle there. But that template's good to go. Look at everybody now. How funny is that? I love blue Magic Flock. Blue works. We're good with blue. No thanks on the purple. That's awesome. I don't think the color matters. No thanks. Blue is nice. Blue is my favorite color. Well, that was easy. All right, so I'm putting this back because, again, I can use this still on a future cut. Just as long as I don't leave any air pockets in it so the adhesive doesn't go bad. All right, good to go with that. I got Rebecca down there just hanging out for right now. And I don't worry about doing that little trick as much when I'm using heat transfer vinyl. And can someone tell me why? Remember the trick that I showed you earlier, right? On putting the cover sheet back on? Why don't I do that? Why would you guys guess? Why do I not have to do that with heat transfer vinyl? Let me know. I could use polka dot. Oh, I got multiple pieces here. So this is the white glitter. Uh, 60 a roll is really not. You always have to, here's the way you have to think about it, Lit Diva. The way you need to think about Magic Flock when you say 60 a roll is already crazy, 60 a roll honestly is really not that bad at all. And here's the reason why I say that is, here I got to make sure which one's which. Which one was the rhinestone one? The purple one? With Magic Flock, yeah, purple was. Okay. With Magic Flock, at $60, as soon as you cut a template, you can reuse it 1,000 times. So it's way less expensive than heat transfer vinyl when you're talking per use, because obviously with heat transfer vinyl, as soon as you press heat transfer vinyl one time, guess what? You're done with it, right? It's going on that shirt and it's done. All right, so I do want to, again, before I send this, I know I just loaded that, I want to see what my setting is at for my glitter here. So I'm going to browse all materials and I'm going to my Caesar glitter material settings. Scroll down here and I have, where do I have it at? What do I call it? Did I call it Caesar glitter or TRW Caesar glitter? Let's see here. We called it My Materials Caesar Glitter HTV. Okay, good. And then let's go more, and let's get this loaded in. Yeah, it makes a big difference, right? Hey, no problem, Lit Diva. And that's the thing. That's why I do all these lives, so hopefully you guys can learn different things that you may not know about. So I said I'm doing white glitter here, and then my last cut is going to be HTV anything, right? Let me get that ready. I'm going to cut off, even though I normally do it on the roll, I'm going to cut off a big piece. That way I can put all of the extra in the scrap box for All-Star members. The reason why it says slow mode is because I'm using a Cricut. I'm just messing with you, Shirley. The reason why I'm using slow-mo, I put on YouTube that you can only comment every 5 seconds. And that way it avoids spammers from just coming in and copy, paste, duplicating a lot of gibberish. All right, good to go there. Let's roll this baby up. And again, I'm just going to use my X-Acto real quick on this one. I can see on my white glitter that the nice thing about the white glitter is you can see the cut lines really good. So anytime you can obviously see those cut lines, I know that we had the right pressure on it. And you can see how easy this weeds. And with the glitter heat transfer vinyl, what's nice, you honestly don't really need, check this out, a weeding tool every time, because if you just fold the material up, you'll notice your cut spots will just kind of pop up, and then you can just kind of grab it. There we go. All right, and then last one real quick. Our HTV anything, brush in the stones, and we all done. So, again, those of you that are new, the HTV anything material, I'm going to try, actually, I have a setting for it, but I want to see if it cuts, if the glitter is going to cut the same. Slow mode is for us senior citizens, Debbie. All right, I'm going to come up to the black here. I don't want to mirror this. I don't want to mirror this because it's HTV anything material. And then let's go ahead and cut. I think this should be enough pressure. I'm interested to see. I love how easy the white glitter, I know it is, isn't it? It's so much easier to see the cut lines with the white glitter than some of the others, isn't it? Herm, are you going to take that? You can layer on top of other stuff, Dawn, but you don't want to necessarily layer the UV magic because of like that texture that has the glitter part of it. So you will run into issues with that textured part of it. All right, good to go there. And then let's see if that was thick enough. Oh, that was absolutely beautiful. I know you can't see it. I know you can't see it at all because the material is so clear, but it weeded perfect. So the biggest thing is just seeing how deep the cut was. Is probably the biggest worry. So hopefully it didn't cut all the way through, which it does not look like it did. Good to go. All right, so I cut all the way through with my X-Acto knife there almost. And that's our HTV anything. So let's brush in our stones real quick. Again, putting my cover sheet on top of my mat in case that falls on the ground. Now, the stones I'm using is the opal. These opal stones are freaking amazing. And I barely have any of them left here, but it's enough for this job right here. Because obviously this is very minimal amount of stones. So when cut, if the circles are cut to the right size, obviously, then you should be able to just kind of brush in big circles like I did right here. And then the way that the stones are formed, they just fall into place and they do not fall in upside down. So I just brushed all of those in perfectly right there. I'm going to grab my scissors now, trim off a piece of hot fix tape. Let's get this transfer pulled up. And now I have my rhinestone transfer. So this is what we're going to press to it. So let's head over to the heat press and get this baby made. All right. Over here at the press, I'm going to use my protective cover sheet here. And I just like to use two of them just so I can throw one on top real quick. Our first press is going to be what? What do we press first? What to what? Instagram's always quicker. Yes, first press is going to be the glitter heat transfer vinyl to the HTV anything, right? So like I was saying in the live the other day, I like to turn them both upside down like this, and it's a little bit easier to see the cut lines of the HTV anything. Once I get that lined up good like that, I can throw my cover sheet on there, and I'm going to press this for about 4 to 5 seconds. And before you peel this off, I am going to let it cool a little bit. Just because you don't want it to still be too hot when you pull off the carrier sheet, because it can try, because we didn't do the full time and temperature yet. So it could try to pull up some of that glitter. Now I'm coming back. Now this is done. I could put this on the tumbler right now as a glitter dishwasher safe decal, but I'm coming back with this to add rhinestones to this baby. And now I'm going to go down for a full 15 seconds. And then we are going to press it to our tumbler here. And I only had it set on 10, so I'm letting it go like an extra 5 seconds. So let this cool a little bit. Once I let that cool a little bit, I can peel that off. Hot fix tape I can reuse, and there's my decal ready to go. Now, as you guys see me do sometimes, I'll do like a 3 to 4 second little insurance press just to make sure that hot fix glue got enough heat to it. And now we come over here and we press it onto the mug. So I'm hooking up with the matte black mug here. This mug's sweet. With kind of the chrome mirror top. So let me get any of this water that's on it off. There we go. Oh, by the way, the tumbler from earlier, can you guys see it now? Pink, purple, where the water is. It did this a while ago, but now I am going to use my parchment paper again. Okay, so as I pull this off, this is just a sticker, right? Just kind of put it on my parchment paper here to be able to kind of move it around a little bit more. And I'm going to say, that looks good right there. Parchment paper out. Man, these 18-ounce matte tumblers look so damn good. And there we go. Check that out. The opal stones with the white, there's 2 types of stones you can use with the white glitter. Either the opal or the snow. Honestly, I kind of like the opal a little bit better because it's a little bit more, for this method, because it's a little bit more of a clearer stone. But that looks sweet. And this is what I was talking about with these tumblers earlier, how you can put the straw in or you can just drink out of it. Where with the regular tumblers, the 16-ounce ones, it's obviously straw only. Got it? Sweet. All right. Let me flip around here. Flip around here. Oh, I got time for lunch. I'm going to have 10 minutes. So, as always, coupon code, Save a Cup. Save a Cup's coupon code. Can someone type it in Instagram for me real quick? The Save a Cup coupon code. It is TRW Skinny 3 for 10% off the 16-ounce and the 18-ounce skinny tumblers through tomorrow. Okay? Save a Cup hooked us up with that. And then the other coupon that's going on is our coupon code, the Matt Live 10 AUG for August 16. That's the same code that we were using on Monday. I reactivated it for today. It's 10% off Rhinestones, 10% off HTV anything, 10% off Magic Flock. So $65 Magic Flock just went down $6.50. 10% off Magic Flock, 10% off Color Spark heat transfer vinyl, adhesive vinyl, the reflective, the color changing, all of that. So those two coupon codes, if you're on Instagram, you didn't see them, head over to YouTube as soon as I log off. You'll be able to see them there. All of you YouTubers, take a screenshot real quick. Those coupon codes will go through the night tonight for ours, through tomorrow for Save a Cup. Got it? Sweet. All right. I do need to pick one more mini pack winner. One more mini pack winner on YouTube because we got 100 likes. And our mini pack winner on YouTube is, boom, Johnny Jimerson. Johnny Jimerson. You are the winner of a mini pack of choice. Johnny Jimerson. All right. Hall of Fame membership. Hall of Fame membership live starts in 13 minutes on YouTube. You do have to be a Hall of Fame member to attend. It is an hour-long Q&A with me. You can ask any questions you want about your business, about how I can help you guys. But obviously the other benefits of the Hall of Fame membership are all the free designs and the designing with Matt or the training with Matt each month and the different coupon codes and whatnot. So appreciate all of you guys. I will be on in 13 minutes. Hall of Fame membership. Bring your questions. Let's get it done. All right. Instagram. I'm out. Later. YouTube. Appreciate you guys. You guys have an amazing day. I'll see you guys soon. Later.